Russia. Bill Browder, thanks very much for joining us.
Great to be here.
You have an enormous amount of experience with the Putin regime. What do you make of Michael Cohen's claim that President Trump knew in advance about this offer and this meeting, the Russians offering to give dirt on Hillary Clinton?
Well, it just connects up one more set of dots, and I can actually draw now the dots from that conversation that Michael Cohen is claiming to have happened all the way to the Putin-Helsinki summit, in which basically it's all been about the Magnitsky Act, and it's all been about me. And effectively, the Russian lawyer who now apparently or allegedly Donald Trump knew about coming in, was coming in very specifically to have the Magnitsky Act repealed, and very specifically to try to get Donald Trump to investigate me. That conversation was then repeated in exactly the same form by President Putin in Helsinki a week and a half ago. And so it's all part of the same, part and parcel of the same Russian attempt to get rid of something that Vladimir Putin hates most, which are these sanctions that I was responsible for initiating.
And that's a great point, because oftentimes when people hear Magnitsky Act and this, they say, oh, it's just Magnitsky Act, it's not the dirt, but it's still relevant because, as you say, these sanctions under that act really punish people very close to Vladimir Putin for crimes at home. They want the Trump administration to get rid of them.
And it's very important to understand what happened in that meeting. In that meeting, the Russian lawyer, Natalia Veselnitskaya, who is effectively an agent for Vladimir Putin, went in with an ask. The ask was to repeal the sanctions. Now the Russians are not stupid. They don't go and ask for something unless they have something to offer. And what we don't know exactly what she was offering. There are some allegations that she was offering dirt on Hillary Clinton. She might have been offering some other stuff. What we don't know is what she was offering and if that was accepted, and that's the subject of the Mueller investigation.
Exactly, and there is an email documentation of that. Donald Trump Jr. believed that she was offering dirt on Hillary Clinton. In the midst of this, as you know, President Trump seems very willing to have yet another summit with Vladimir Putin a little more than a week after a summit that even Republicans panned as disastrous. What is Putin trying to do here by being open to another summit with President Trump? What advantage is he seeking?
Well, let's just put this in very simple perspective. Vladimir Putin has got an economy the size of the state of New York. He's got a military budget which is 10% of the United States. And here he is, sitting at the top table with the most powerful man in the free world. Just having that meeting is an enormous credibility boost for Vladimir Putin. I don't think that meeting should have ever taken place in the first place because of all the bad stuff he's done and how unimportant he is on an objective basis. But to add insult to injury, Vladimir Putin showed up an hour late to a meeting with the most powerful man in the free world. He's turned down Donald Trump's invitation to Washington, and he's now saying, well, yeah, you can come to Moscow if you want. From Putin's perspective, he's licking his chops. He's loving it. It's humiliating for the U.S. president.
Michael McFaul, of course you know, former U.S. ambassador to Russia, he's calling on the Trump administration to protect him and others from something that you face, which is being placed on an Interpol watch list by Putin. You've had this experience yourself. It's called a red notice, of course, the title of your book as well. What are the options to protect Michael McFaul or others who are in Putin's crosshair?
Well, so there's two different issues for Mike McFaul and the 10 other U.S. government officials. One is that the U.S., of course, should never put them into the hands of the Russians, and I don't think that the U.S. government would do that, and it's pretty much concluded it won't. But as you say, the second option for Vladimir Putin is to use this organization called Interpol. And Interpol is an international organization that effectively operates on its own rules, and Russia can, without any approval from the U.S., put me and put those 11 other people on the Interpol list. And the Russians have done this to me 7 times. And there's nothing that will prevent them from doing it to Mike McFaul and those other U.S. officials. And there's really nothing that the U.S. can do other than being a major contributor to the Interpol budget to reform the way in which Interpol operates. And I've been a strong advocate, after Russia has been abusing Interpol so often in my case, of effectively asking for Russia to be unplugged from Interpol because they're abusing the system, not using it for law enforcement. That's an argument that I've made and I will continue to make, and I believe that Mike and others make it as well. You can't have this non-accountable organization being able to be used by dictators to chase their enemies.
As a political weapon, it seems. Bill Browder, thanks very much for taking the time.
Thank you.